you a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a team looking to make it back to the CFP this year, the Michigan Wolverines, taking on the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. To the air, it's Sayin. Puts it out of the air. There he goes. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Knocked out at the 25-yard line, picked up 10 there, and gets a first down. Looking downfield on first down. And his throw is incomplete. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big four-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, it's so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. The throw. They're working that left side. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
Oh, he just needed to stretch the...
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A little bit of feeling each other out. They're down 7-3 as they open this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much.
Breaks into the open.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Grab near the marker, Mitch Smith. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down. And the Buckeyes have this offense rolling. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Working that left side now. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there.
And nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Porter. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yep, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
And they corral him at the 2-yard line. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Looking for a gap, it's Peoples. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best?
Sneaks into the end zone.
It's just so nice to have a signal caller who can make plays through the air and
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
The give to the tailback. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
Some 3rd down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on 3rd down from the 43. Looking for a man, it's Sayin. Deep shot for the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls against this.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll go to work, trailing 17-10 and hoping to put together a productive drive. Going right to work up top. Snags it over the middle. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. They went up top to pick up the last first down. Let's see what they have here. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's open on the right. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. They've got it. 1st and 10 at the 42. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got his man to the left. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Power football with the run. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Quarterback on the keeper. He's stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Caught over the middle. It's Porter. That completion will take it close to the 5-yard line. They'll mark it at the 6.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
And that's how you respond as a defense, man. You give up 9 yards on first down. Second down, man, they bring some pressure. They are in the backfield fast, and they make the tackle for a loss and completely flip the score. Almost a guaranteed first down on second down, and now maybe even put them in a passing situation on third down.
Really nice job.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice...
And they got him for a safety.
And that's exactly what you call complementary football. The punter doing a great job downing the opponent inside their own 5-yard line. Then the defense takes the field.
They'll snap it from the 37 for the first play of this drive. To throw, it's Sayin. Finds his big tight end. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down. Looking to throw on first down. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete. These two first squared off in 1897, and this rivalry is almost like a history of the sport itself.
So much history, so much tradition. I mean, I can go back to 2006 when they were 1 and 2 in the country. You know, like, these games really matter. The uniforms are clean. The athletes are flowing. There's tons of athletes all over.
Turning it on! Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quick completion on the out route. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Gonna look downfield again. Finds his man. It's Roberts. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the 3rd down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He's got it up. It'll be a first down. They've got it up to 12. And the Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. They'll immediately call timeout. 1st and goal, and this feels like their chance to give them a finish. They'll try to get it in with the run. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do.
Touchdown, Buckeyes! Quick strike through the air for the score. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need even more production here in the second.
I think they will, Reese, and I think this is an offense that has proven they're playing with good timing right now. They've got some matchups where they're winning one-on-one, and they're just going to have to keep going back to the well, David, and relying on hitting some explosive plays to win this game.
Yeah, and I think we look at numbers naturally, and they're losing. So that's the most important thing on the scoreboard, but they have had success, and so What do? You keep playing pitch and catch. You got to score, but you got to talk to your defense. I need some stops. I need the football back quickly so we can do some more damage.
Wonder if they'll be conservative on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Sayin. That's caught. It's Tate. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The Buckeyes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll keep it himself. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the 1st down. The Buckeyes are on the move. With jet sweep pass. Hard running there. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football, and you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
Just a short pass to the tight end.
And you got to love the versatility of the big fella. You can put him in the box and let him block big defensive linemen, or you put him in the slot and you throw him the football and have success.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Smith. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
And the Buckeyes with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Motion from the wide receiver. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. They've got the screen set up. They'll stop him just short of the 1st down marker on the screen.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. How about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
They want to throw it. Gets rid of it. Caught near the sticks. It's Smith. He gets right to the edge of the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 20.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the 1st.
That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. DB's right up on the receivers. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Grant behind the line. It's Peoples. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up 3rd down.
12th play of the drive coming up, but they've got a long way to go here on 3rd down. Looks as if they might have that screen really set up, but he'll be stopped short of the marker. It's 4th down.
Guys out of the backfield.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You, keep being aggressive.
Took just one play, and they got it almost to midfield. 1st down from the 49. Got it behind the line. It's Smith. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Rush is on him. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. When you have the type of defensive lineman that Michigan has had over the years, you don't always have to send the house to get to the quarterback.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you're a defensive coordinator, when you got big, strong studs like this. Year after year, Michigan always has a stable full of them, of guys that are athletic enough to rush the passer, but physical enough to play the run. It's a fun spot to be in as a DC.
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Takes it back inside the 40. They'll mark him at the 39-yard line, and the interception has set up great field position. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Sends it back in motion. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Gets it out fast.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Pulls it in. It's Porter. At the 45 on its way. He's into plus territory. Knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Marking at the 47.
This quarterback has been really good today. Has been on top of it, seeing things really, really well. That pass right there put him over the 300-yard mark. That's a pretty good day.
On the ground, it's Peoples. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been...
Oh, he's got some space. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game.
Fires toward the end zone. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
I know that one hit the ground, but you haven't seen that a lot. He completed over 6.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Taking it the other way. Touchdown, Wolverines. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Yeah, and that just might do.
So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive.
29 Philly, 2-9 Philly.
Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Got a man. It's Smith. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
And these linebackers, man, the reason they're winning this football game is they've been swarming. You watch them. They're downhill, not missing many tackles. They've really dominated the run game, and that's why they're winning this football game.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 25. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. They just flipped the entire field, and now they'll try to cash in on 1st and 10 from the 20. He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And it's an incomplete pass over the middle.
It's going to be difficult for this offense, man. Just where are they going to find the plays? You can tell the defense sitting back. They're playing nickel. They're playing dime. So you need some receivers to step up, make some yards after the catch, some contested plays. This offense has got to do something, and they got to do it quick.
Snagged in the middle. It's Roberts. Down to the 3-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and goal. The Buckeyes have their offense in high gear. Dropping back, it's Sayin. And he'll step into the end zone. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There's a lot of pressure when you have that number 1 beside your name, and perhaps it was the pressure, perhaps it was just one of those days, but that reign is coming to an end.
I know a lot of people don't like prevent yourself from winning, but when I'm up by 3 scores in the 4th quarter, I am not giving up a single big play. I'm letting you check it down, throw it in front of me. I'm going to tackle you. I'm going to let that clock tick because...
There he goes. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the 1st down.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone.
He's got it inside the 15. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
This quarterback has been under duress all game long. He's one of the best in the country, and he's used to having his way. He's the one who's used to dictating to opposing defenses, but that has not been the case in this game. Here we are late. He's still under pressure, taking a sack there.
Back to pass on 2nd down. Here's the pressure. And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
Dropping back, it's Sayin. Throws for the tight end. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to...
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
They'll run play action. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. Touchdown, Michigan! And they turn it into a defensive score. They've built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. He goes down after the short return, but what a... They cross out all of the M's on campus. They call them the school up north. But this year, Ohio State will have to call Michigan the victors in the game as they plant their flag in this rivalry for another year. That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.